What's up, Carptastic ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode in this PTCGO series. Today is Wednesday, and that means it is time for the Wizard Wednesday challenge. In this challenge, I allowed the deck wizard to build a deck for us around a certain Pokemon. And once the list is generated, I get to make some changes to the list, but my final list may not differ or may not have more than 10 differences from the original deck wizard list. That means that within this constraint I need to think carefully about what cards to take out, put in, so that I can make the deck as viable as possible within the constraint of this 10 card difference. So in the last episode we built, or the deck wizard built a deck for us around Seismitoad EX, and I asked you for input for today's Pokemon for the deck wizard to focus on, but I didn't get any input, so I will just choose the Pokemon myself and we will go for a deck based around Charizard EX. I will select the Charizard EX with the Fire Blast, which does 120 damage for a fire energy and 3 colorless, and we have to unfortunately discard an energy attached to the Charizard if we attack with it. So we will select the Charizard, and you have to select a second Pokemon as well, and the second Pokemon we will go for, let's see, where is he? We'll go for this Pyroar here. Not the one with intimidating mane, but we'll go for the one from the Flash Fire expansion, I think it is. Well, no, I'm not sure. Can we get a better look at it? It appears not. It doesn't wanna let us look at it. But we'll go for that Pyro, and that will be it. So we'll allow the list to be generated for standard. Let's click continue, and here is the list. This is a better overview of the list. Wow, what a list it is. Look at that. 20 Pokemon, 20 trainers and 20 energy as always. The deck wizard always goes for the 20-20-20 ratio. We have a lot of different types of energy. 1 darkness, 15 fire, 2 water and 2 grass. We have as a Pokemon a Ho-Oh EX, Lugia EX, Camerupt EX, another Camerupt EX, then Charizard unfortunately with the Combustion Blast. That is not the Charizard we wanted to see. Here is the one we selected. Then some Mega Charizards as well as the X and Y versions, so both of them are in this deck. Litleo and Pyroar finally. Wow, what a list it is. Let's take a quick look at the trainers. 4 level balls, some potions, Ultra Ball, Cassius, that's interesting. Misty's Determination, Cherno, Skyfield, Ampharos Spiritling, there it is, the most useful card in this list, Ampharos Spiritling, and finally also 1 Wide Lens. So that will be the list which I will have to work with. Right now I will make some changes to the list and I will get back to you when I am done. Alright, I am back with the tweaked deck wizards list, but before we go over the changes that I made, let me make clear what is considered a change. A change is considered a change when you either replace a card, when you take out a card, when you add a new card, or when you lower the count of an existing card. So if we start from the bottom left, the first change is that I completely took out Ho-Oh EX as well as the Mega Charizard EX, the dark version, so the X version. Those are 2 changes, the first 2. Then I added in 4 VS Seekers as well as 3 Blacksmiths as well as 4 Sycamores, and I lowered the count of the Cassius from 4 to 2, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 more changes, which brings the total to 6. Then number 7 is that I added in, or I replaced the Skyfields with Scorched Earth. And that's number 7, and then we still have 3 more to go, and the last 3 changes are the replacement of 2 water energies with burning energy, 3 of those. Then the grass energies were replaced with 3 DCEs, and the final change is that I lowered the count of the fire energies from God knows how many there were, I think like 15, I'm not sure anymore, to 8. So I lowered them to 8, and those are the 10 tweaks, the 10 changes to the original deck wizards list. And that's how I tried to make the list more viable or more playable, because the deck wizards list are really bad in my opinion. We didn't take out the Emperor Spirit Link. I didn't, well, it's completely useless, I know, but I preferred making changes in the deck elsewhere. Now to finish off this deck analysis, if I can call it like that, this wizard deck analysis, my question to you is, how would you have tweaked the list? What changes would you have made? Feel free to send me a picture of your updated deck list within the constraints of the challenge, of course. So same as I did, but then to your own liking, how you would have changed it. I am very curious to see. But for now, this is it. We will try and test this deck in the versus ladder and see if it is worth anything, if it is playable at all. Here goes nothing. Alright, we are looking for an opponent. Don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel for more wizard challenges, for more competitive decks, and for more silly decks. And here we go, we are facing X-Derox. Oh no, this icy water type, that is not very good, because yeah, we are playing fire and we are definitely weak to water, so this is going to be very tough for us. It says we won the coin flip. At least that's something. We get to start off first. We need to attach a ton of energy to our Pokemon here in order to be able to attack with them. And we start off with not a great start, considering the deck that we have here. I would have liked to start off with the Charizard in the active spot, but let's go for the Camerupt. Put the Camerupt in the active spot. We also have this Spirit Link for Ampharos, which we might as well give to my opponents to play around with. Oh, we are facing a Dialga EX. That is going to be a problem for us, because yeah, Dialga, it has this attack here, Chrono Wind. If the defending Pokemon is a Pokemon EX, it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. We basically only play EXs except for this Pyroar here, so we might have to power up the Pyro with an Infernal Onrush. Does 110. This Pokemon does 30 damage to itself. So we'll get the Charizard out on the field. We'll discard our hands. No need to hold on to this Pyroar. We have another one in our deck, as we saw. We draw into the stadium. That's very good. I think I will attach this Spirit Link to this Camerupt. Why not? Maybe it gains some magical powers with it. Camerupt, maybe, yeah, who knows? Maybe can fall in love with Ampharos here and gain some magical powers that way. We will attach a DCE, then we will play down the stadium, and we will even discard a Fire Energy with the stadium, draw into another Fire Energy and a Blacksmith, which could be very useful for next turn. Actually, you might be able to knock out this Dialga next turn already. That will be amazing. But we get red carded. That is a huge play from my opponent. That red card though, that red card. We had the cards in our hands to knock out that Dialga. Easy peasy. We could have discarded with the Scorched Earth, then Blacksmith onto the Camerupt. Then we could have discarded 2 Fire Energies for the Explosive Jet. Would have done 100 times 2 because of the weakness. And that would have knocked out the Dialga straight away. And we would have taken the game here, but our opponent red carded us and prevented that from happening. Can you believe it? That was amazing. I might as well use this and get this Litleo out here on the bench and thin out our deck a little bit. We will even play down that Charizard. We'll go for the Cherno. Can we draw into something? We do draw into something, but we don't have a Blacksmith. So I will attach to the Camerupt and I will start putting some pressure on my opponent. I think that is the best thing to do. Hopefully we can flip heads. Of course we cannot. Next turn hopefully we can flip heads. If my opponent doesn't use Chrono Wind, we can knock out the Dialga. If he does use Chrono Winds, then we are, well, in a pickle to say the least. Here comes the Manaphy and attaches a Water Energy to the Manaphy. Very interesting. That means we even draw into a Blacksmith here. Wow. Let's see here. I will actually attach two. We have the Manaphy. It has 120 hit points. I will attach to this Charizard on the bench. I might as well go for a Blacksmith onto the Charizards. Power it up while we can, and we will go for a tumbling attack and cross our fingers for heads. No, it fails. Are you kidding me? No luck for us this game. No luck, I tell you. Oh, wow. Very bad luck for us there. But we are still in the game, even though we are facing a Dialga EX, which is pretty ridiculous. We are going to knock it out, and that's it. That's going to be the knockout on the Dialga. I will go for a Sycamore right now. No need to hold on to the cards that we have in our hand. That potion is going to be of very little use to us. We get a Cassius, which can come in handy next turn. We could Cassius back the Camerupt into our deck and then attack with the Charizard EX. I'm going to attach a Darkness Energy to the Charizard, yes, that's right. And then I will discard this energy here. We will draw into two more energies, why not? Why the heck not? And we'll go for the tumbling attack, knocking out that Dialga. That was such a threat to us, but well, at the start, but didn't turn out to be any real threat really. So our Camerupt EX should be able to survive against the Manaphy here, for sure. It's going to be hit for 120. Yeah, there we go, 120. And we will do as told. We will go for the Cassius onto the Camerupt. Amazing, look at this synergy. This deck has amazing synergy, can you believe it? Can you believe it? I will even go for a Scorched Earth. That seems pretty good. Next turn we can start powering up this Charizard on the bench, and my opponent concedes the match! He concedes the match! What? I am very surprised here. When I saw the typing that my opponent was playing, I was so worried. I was so extremely worried, and we just took this match in our hands, no problems. I guess you can say we owned our opponents. We owned our opponents. Wow, fabulous. Well, that was pretty short, so I think we'll find another opponent. Why not? Let's see if we can find ourselves a second opponent here. Alright, so I skipped the match between this one and the one with the Dialga because we started off with a really bad hand. There was no point in recording a match where you start off and can't do anything. It was a bit boring, so I decided to cut it out. So we will move on to the next match where we are facing well, it is a mystery. It shall remain a mystery until the PTCGO decides to load here. I'm pretty sure it was a guy, a white guy. Oh, there we go, the D-Zone 586. Let's go for heads. We don't get to start off this game, which is unfortunate. Can we start off with a Charizard in the active spot though? No, of course not. So what was I thinking? Why would we be able to start off with a Charizard deck? Of course not. This is the PTCGO. It does not allow such crazy things. We face a Lucario, which gets powered up with 1 energy. Our Lugia EX has fighting resistance, and here comes the Charizard. Hits the field, so we might as well go for this Ultra Ball here, discard that Stadium and the VS Seeker. We will go for a Litleo. That seems like a pretty good call. If we draw into a DCE, I will definitely power up the Lugia EX. Seems like a worthy thing to do, but we do not draw into a DCE. That's very unfortunate. I will thin out our deck a little bit more here, get another Litleo in our hands. And let's see here. Might as well go for the Ultra Ball discard the Litleo and the Blacksmith. Or maybe we could have discarded that Charizard. And we'll go for a Pyroar. So next turn we can evolve the Litleo on the bench. Then we'll attach a Darkness Energy to the Lugia. So unfortunately we did not manage to attack. That can cost us dearly later on. Here comes the Muscle Band. We'll get hit for 60. We could get knocked out next turn if we see a counter to the Stadium. Our opponent does use the Stadium to his own advantage. Very smart, my opponent here. And okay, so the Stadium counter is already there. We'll get hit for 80. That means next turn we will go down if we don't manage to turn this game around here. We draw into a Sycamore. We need a counter Stadium and a DCE for sure. And we draw into really like nothing at all. I will use all these level balls. Balls for ages. Balls for ages. And nothing from that one and nothing from this one. Okay, so let's see here. We'll go for an Aero Ball, hitting for a miserable 80. That should have been more. That was very unfortunate. And here we go. We'll go down to the Lugia. We will promote the Pyroar that we have here. What do we draw into? A Misty's Determination. I have no need for that. I want a Stadium here. I want a Stadium and energies. I will discard my hand once more. There is our Lucky Charm. Ampharos Spirit Link, our Lucky Charm. We'll attach to the Charizard on the bench. The full art one. Let's see here. I think that's a pretty good thing to do. After all, this is a Charizard deck, and we will attach our Lucky Charm to that Charizard. Our opponent can knock out this Pyroar in one hit. Does need 2 hits for the Charizard EX. If we cannot find a replacement for that Lucario, we might actually win this game, even though we are far behind in the prizes, in the prize trade. Oh, if only we could have top decked a Blacksmith, but we do not. So I will attach this Fire Energy. I'll keep the DC in my hand. We will go for a Stoke. We do flip heads. Wow, look at that. And we will attach 3 Fire Energies to the Charizard, powering it up completely. Does my opponent get anything else to put on his bench? That's the question here. If he does not, it is GG here. We see a Crushing Hammer, that's okay. Goes for heads. Manages to discard one, and a Team Fly Grunt manages to discard another one. And that means this is GG here. Our Stoke saved our asses. What a... Oh, we will attach this Burning Energy. I will go for the Fire Blast, discarding that Burning Energy and taking the game against Lucario Hammers. Jesus Christ, that's insane. Are you kidding me? So, it is 2-1 in games now for... lost one game. I didn't showcase it again because it was really boring. We start off with a terrible hand and 2 games won. I think we should go for one final 4th game and see what luck, or if we can pull off a win in that final 4th game as well. That will make it 3-1. I would have never put my bet on a 3-1 win with this deck in the versus ladder. Might just mean that we are lucky today. Oh, we get to call a coin flip and we win the coin flip. More luck, more luck. I bet you it's that Ampharos Spirit Link. That Ampharos Spirit Link is OP. Should be banned immediately. OP Spirit Link. Oh, wow. Amazing, amazing. We face a Hawlucha. We'll go for the Cherno. Here is the Charizard. And we will start powering up the Charizards on the bench. Put down the Litleo. We have the Cassius in our hand to get this camera up EX out of the active spot. Good old Cassius, which might be necessary pretty soon, because we see a stadium. We might see a what is it called, focus sash or a muscle band. I hope it's a muscle band. I don't want to see a focus sash. We see a rare candy for the Gibble, so might not see a focus sash. Get hit for a flying press for 80. That's okay. We will just keep attaching to the Charizard on the bench. We'll even evolve into the Pyroar. Heal up a little bit on the Camerupt, so that normally my opponent should not be able to knock it out next turn. And I will go for another Litleo, thin out our deck a little bit here, and that shall be the end of our turn. Next turn we will have to Cassius away the Camerupt and put our Charizard EX down. All the while this Garchomp EX comes out to play, can knock out our Charizard EX in one turn. Gets powered up with a strong energy, which is very threatening to us. This is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem. We need to counter that stadium. Well, it doesn't matter anyways, because he's got a strong energy on it. That means it will hit for 180 with a bite off. I don't think we are winning this game. I don't think we will be. If we do, I would be amazed. We could actually, what we could do is attach to the Pyroar and then get the Shaman in the active spots to stall a little bit. That's what we could do. To get hit for a Turbo Assault for 100 damage. I think that's what we will do here. We will get out the Shaman, Cassius away the Camerupt. We'll promote the Litleo as bait. Here we go, Flare Command for the Shaman. Discarding that burning energy. Wait, I should have attached this fire energy. That was dumb. I got confused there. I thought the burning energy would come back, but it's only for attacks, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, discarded by an attack, so that was pretty dumb. Did manage to stall here, which is good. We will attach to the Charizard. If we can get one knockout, I would be happy. But yeah, that was pretty dumb there. Because we should have attached it to the Charizard EX. That way we could have kept it on him. And my opponent does not seem to have... Oh, okay, here we go. He discards a bunch of cards. Max Potion. Interesting, in a Garchomp deck. I don't really see why you would play it in a Garchomp deck. Garchomp's got only got 130 hit points. You could use it to heal up and regain the effect of the Focus Sash if it wasn't knocked off. And that's one thing you could do. I will end our turn. We don't have much to do here. Yeah, you could use it for that. Like if you got hit for like with the Zubat, with the Crobat for 30 on the Garchomp, that means your Focus Sash wouldn't activate. You could heal off with the Max Potion so that your Focus Sash would activate on a one-hit knockout. That's one possibility. I can see it be played for that reason, or against Greninja or something like that. Although Greninja doesn't typically one-hit KO a Garchomp, it just KOs it with its abilities and whatnot. Here comes the switch into the Garchomp. There we go. So this, yeah, that was pretty dumb. I could have used this blacksmith to blacksmith onto the Charizard. Could have done that if I didn't use that burning energy on the Pyroar. And we'll promote the Pyroar. We have a Cassius. If we draw into an energy, we can attack. We draw into an Ultra Ball. I will end my turn. This is going to be GG pretty soon. Man, my food comes up. Wow. I always have that when I am recording. I don't know why. Galaxian Muscle Band on the Garchomp. We can't even knock out the Garchomp with the Fire Blast. Only does 120. Hit for a Vital for 140. Well, that was it. That was a pretty... Oh, now we do draw into the stadium. Well, it's no use here. We'll go for a Stoke, and we will go down without honor in this game. There was no honor in this game whatsoever. Like, that was pretty sad. I think we'll go for one final game. It is 2-2 now in the wins and losses, so we will need one final game, 1/5 game to decide. Well, to decide nothing much actually, because the deck we are playing is pretty bogus. But you never know if we could pull off the win in this game. That's basically what I want to see. Can we get a 3-2 score in the final score? We start off with a Charizard EX. Excellent. And now I won't make the mistake of discarding this burning energy. I will attach it to the Charizard. We're facing a Swirlix. That's interesting. At least this matchup seems a bit more manageable for us at the moment. We also have our Ampharos Spirit Link. I guess that was what's missing. Or did we draw into it last game? I already forgot. We'll attach our Lucky Charm to the Charizard. And we should be able to get going with the Fire Blast pretty soon here. Next turn we can discard this Fire Energy and the Cassius, use the Blacksmith, get the Fire Energy onto the Charizard, then attach the DCE and go for a Fire Blast. We will then discard the Burning Energy so that we can keep using the Fire Blast. All the while our opponent uses a Bridget 4, I don't know, Bridget 4, Spritzy and Dratini. Attaches a double Dragon Energy, there it is, to the Dratini. We draw into another Charizard, and that's good. At least we have a backup basic. So I will do as planned. Or maybe I should have discarded that Charizard because we had the Ultra Ball. But actually I want to go for the Lugia here, because I think our opponent is going to be playing a fair amount of energy on his Pokemon. That way we can counter with the Lugia when needed. I will go for that one energy in our discard pile, attach it to the Charizard and go for a Fire Blast, putting some pressure on my opponent. And we will discard the Burning Energy, get it back onto us and take the first prize of the game, where we get another Blacksmith, which is of no use for us right now, and hope to get a Sycamore or something like that. Ooh, a Manectric. A Manectric. Wow. That's pretty scary. Yeah, that's pretty scary, that Manectric over there. That can power up my opponent's Pokemon on the bench if it evolves into the Mega Manectric pretty fast, so we need to get to it as soon as possible. Unfortunately we don't have Lysanders in this deck, so we'll need to rely on my opponent to put the Manectric in the active spot. Here comes the Dratini, the Dragonair, and an energy attachment to the Manectric. We draw into an Ultra Ball. We'll just keep Fire Blasting. Fire Blast to victory and discards that Burning Energy once more. Let's see, can we get something good here? Oh, a DCE. Excellent, we can use that for the Lugia. Although this Manectric, well, we don't want to put the Lugia against the Manectric. Manectric does come out. Now I really regret playing our Lucky Charm on the Charizard, because the Manectric will be hitting for 120 on our Charizard here, which means it will go down at some point. That's very unfortunate. Yeah, I really regret playing that now. Otherwise it will only have hit for 60. And our Charizard could have stayed alive a little bit longer. Our opponent plays down a Dragonite EX on the bench. So here we go, 120 on the Charizard. It's very, very unfortunate. I'll actually will attach to the Lugia. We are doing if we attach a DCE, we are doing 80 to the Manectric, which would knock it out. So we will go for a Fire Blast, unless we could retreat, but I will let the Charizard get knocked out. It's done its job. It's done its job. It's knocked out 2 Pokemon and is giving us an assist for the knockout for the third one, which would bring us down to 2 prizes, while my opponent would be down to, let's see here, 4 prizes when knocking out this Charizard. Here comes the Dragonite with the Ancient trait, which can allow my opponent to take 3 prizes by knocking out our EXs. Heavy Impact does 150 is very scary for us. The Heavy Impact, very scary. We need to watch out for it. If only we could draw into something here, because we are drawing into Bupkis right now. We are drawing into nothing. Absolutely nothing. So what does my opponent do here? My opponent cannot use the Busting ability, because play down the Dragonite EX with the Bridget. The Busting only activates when you play this Pokemon from your hand, and he did not do that. He played it straight from his deck. So we see a Professor's Letter is going to attach to the Dragonite. I am presuming here. That seems, yeah, there we go. That seems a smart play. I will get hit from a Assault Laser for 120. We will go down. That Manectric, that's, I told you it was going to be a problem. It was very scary, and it was indeed. And here we go. Now we do draw into a Sycamore, but it's not much use for us right now. Well, I mean, it is right now, but the Blacksmith isn't. I was talking about the Blacksmith. I changed subject mid-sentence. See, we'll get another Charizard with a Stoke, and then we'll go for the Sycamore. See if we can get a Stadium to discard some more Fire Energies. We do not get a Stadium. We do get another Lucky Charm. I will play down the Litleo, which can be pretty good bait, and then I will discard this Fire Energy and a Camerupt, and we will go for a Pyroar. That way we could with the Pyroar we could Flare Command and get the Dragonite in the active spot, and that is one thing we could do. So here we go, knockout on the Manectric, and we will take 2 more prizes. We get a Blacksmith, excellent. We will use the Blacksmith onto the Charizard EX. If we get a DCE, we'll put it in the active spot. I think that's a pretty good choice. We see a Revive for the Manectric. Oh no, for the Dratini. Interesting play. And 1 attachment to the Dragonite, as well as a Fairy Transfer. Will my opponent discard an energy attached to this Pokemon and do 120 damage? He does decide to do that. Oh, look at this here. Wow, that's amazing. We draw into that DCE, so we'll go for the Blacksmith here. Blacksmith, 2 Fire Energy onto the Charizard EX. Attach that DCE. Evolve into the Pyroar. We will retreat into the Charizard EX and go for a Fire Blast onto the Dragonite EX. Next turn, if it does not retreat, we will take the game here with Charizard, and that would be 3-2. Oh, I kind of took out my own headset here. I kind of hurt. I was getting too excited. We see Max Elixir misses out an Enhanced Hammer. Oh, that is big. That is big. That Enhanced Hammer. My goodness, that Enhanced Hammer. It was a big play. That means all our DCEs are in the discard pile. we don't have, or we only have one fire energy in the discard pile as well. And we see a max elixir. Are you kidding me? I thought we had it here. I thought we had it. Are you kidding me? That's insane. That was an insane turn from my opponent. I don't think we will be able to come back from this right now. Yeah, that was insane. Wow. Oh man. Yeah, we only have one fire energy in our discard pile, so we can't power up the Charizard EX here in one turn. We could Cassius, could do that while we power up the Charizard on the bench here. That's one possibility. I will attach a, let's see here, I'll attach this burning energy to the Charizard on the bench, and I will Cassius. I think that's what we need to do at the moment. Go for that Cassius, and we will promote the Pyroar. Yeah, I think that's the only choice we have right now. So we'll Cassius, and we will promote the Pyroar. If only we could draw into the stadium, that goddamn stadium. I played 3 copies of the stadium in this deck, but we can't seem to draw into it. So, well, we still have 32 cards in our deck. Our opponent will need to discard an energy to the Dragonite to knock out the Pyroar. He could switch out the energies, but he doesn't decide to do so. He just decides to hit one time, which gives us another turn here to power up our Charizard. How many VS Seekers? We have 2 VS Seekers in the discard pile after this one. That means we should be able to draw into another one to use a Blacksmith. So we will see if we can. We don't. Ah, that's pretty dumb. We'll heal up the Lugia EX a little bit, even though it's not much use. We'll get a Litleo down. Could be bait again for my opponent for next turn, because the Spyro will go down. Or we could promote the Charizard and go for a wing attack. And that's certainly one possibility. And then next turn we could knock out the Dragonite if it doesn't get healed up. Oh, this is so close. We just need that knockout on that Dragonite, but my opponent plays Max Potion. That Max Potion though, that saved my opponent. So down goes the Pyro. I think we'll go aggressive. We'll promote the Charizard EX. It's now or never. If we can't take it now, we will take it never. That's right. We do have a Cassius to shuffle it back into our deck if we really want to. So here we go. Wing attack onto the Dragonite EX. This Dragonite cannot knock us out. We can, however, signal it out with our Pyroar. You see a Fire Transfer. He's going to Fire Transfer to the Dragonite EX on the bench. Can he switch into the Dragonite EX on the bench? That's the question. We see the AZ. Are you kidding me? My opponent has these insane plays. Oh my goodness. Here comes the attachment to the Dratini. We will get hit for 150. I should have kept that potion in my hand. Ah, this is so close. We have to attack here. We don't have another option. We have to go for the knockout. We'll go for the Combustion Blast. What am I saying? Go for the knockout. This Dragonite has 160. That means we lost the game. Yeah, we had no way out here, so it was a very close game. Very, very, very unfortunate, but we tried our best. We had bad draws for sure, that's for sure. Our draws were not very good this game. We couldn't draw into much. That stadium, if we would have had the stadium, it would have helped us out tremendously, but unfortunately we did not draw into a VS Seeker or a stadium when we needed to. That happens sometimes. I think we got the maximum out of this deck that we could. I think 2 wins is already more than I expected. Let's see here. Charizard EX MVP. 770 damage dealt. That is not bad at all. And that will be it for me today for today's Wizard Wednesday challenge. Don't forget to send me your own updated deck list so we can compare them. I can compare mine to yours and see if I like yours better. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time.
Karp, 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 Karp.